You are in charge of a primary health center. How will you make a community diagnosis of the health situation? In order to formulate intervention measures, community diagnosis is the pattern of disease in a community described in terms of the important factors which influence this pattern. It is defined as the study of pattern of mortality and morbidity in the community and factors which influence this pattern. It is made by the epidemiologist and is concerned with defined population involving both sick and healthy people. Identification of basic health, needs and health problems of the community diagnostic is based on collection and interpretation of relevant data such as age and sex distribution of a population, social distribution of the population, vital statistics rates such as birth rate, death rate, incidence and or prevalence of important diseases of the ADI, significance. Community diagnosis helps to prioritize the health problems and implement control measures. Community diagnosis at primary health center. Community medicine is based on collection, analysis and interpretation of following data. Analysis and interpretation of the above data helps in diagnosing the health need of the community. Based on the community diagnosis, the proper intervention measures are adopted to control and cater the health needs the community. Application. Community diagnosis diagnoses national and local health problems and the changing pattern of disease in the community. It identifies the risk groups in the community. It helps to compare the health status of a community with another. Age and sex distribution of population. It is collected from census reports of area. It helps to understand the structure of community. Social distribution of population. It involves the study of social relationships, social groups and economic status of the community to determine functioning of community. Vital statistics. White statistics like crude birth rate, crude death rate, age-specific death rate, disease-specific death rate, etc. are indicators of health and morbidity of the community. For community diagnosis, morbidity data is preferred but mortality data is widely used because of its easy availability. The search considers the signs and symptoms for community diagnosis. Incidence and prevalence of diseases in the area. It involves study of disease pattern in the community, risk groups of various illnesses. Characteristics of disease, people, nutritional status of the community, environmental sanitation of the community, etc. Define health. Enumerate the dimensions of health. Most widely accepted definition of health given by World Health Organization in the preamble of its constitution is as follows. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. However, during 1997 Alma-Ata Conference, it has expanded to health is a state of complete physical registered sign, mental registered sign, and social registered sign, well-being and ability to lead socially and economically productive life and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. Dimensions of health. Health is a multidimensional entity. These dimensions must contribute for positive health. Dimension of health. Physical dimension. The physical dimension of health implies the notion of perfect functioning of the body. It conceptualizes health biologically as a state in which every cell and every organ is functioning at optimum capacity, and in perfect harmony with the rest of the body. Signs of physical health. Evaluation of physical health in an individual. N9000 complexion. A clean skin. Bright eyes. Lustrous hair. A body well clothed with firm flesh. Self-assessment of overall health. Inquiry into symptoms of ill health and risk factors. Inquiry into medications. Inquiry into levels of activity, e.g., number of days of restricted activity within a specified time, degree of not too fat, a sweet breath. Inquiry into use of medical services, the numb, good appetite, of visits to a physician, number of hospitalizations in sound sleep, the recent past. Regular activity of bowels and bladder. Standardized questionnaires for cardiovascular. Smooth, easy, coordinated bodily evaluation of physical health in a community. It is assessed by such indicators as death rate, infant mortality rate and expectation of life. Each piece of information should be individualivocephular. Combined should permit d. more complete health profile of all the organs of the body are of standardized questionnaires for respiratory disease, clinical examination, nutrition and dietary assessment, biochemical and laboratory investigations. All the special senses are intact. Resting pulse rate, body pressure, and exercise tolerance are within the Northalfange mental dimension. Mental health is a state of balance between the individual and the surrounding world, a state of harmony. between oneself and others, a coexistence between the realities of the self and that of other people and that of the environment. Thus, mental health is not mere absence of mental illness but is the ability to respond to the many varied experiences of life with flexibility and a sense of purpose. Role of mental health can be understood by the fact that certain psychological factors can induce all kinds of illness. Not simply mental ones like essential hypertension, peptic ulcer and bronchial asthma. Similarly, some major mental illnesses such as depression and schizophrenia have a biological component. The underlying inference is that there is a behavioral, psychological or biological dysfunction and that the disturbance in the mental equilibrium is not merely in the relationship between the individual and society. Assessment of mental health in an individual. Capital A, C, C, E, S, S, M, E, N, T, O, F, M, E, N, T, A, L, N, E, D, I, T, H, I, N, C, O, M, M. A mentally healthy person is free from internal conflict. He is not at war with himself. Assessment of mental health at the. He is well adjusted, i.e., he is able to get along well with others. He accepts. Population level may be made by criticism and is not easily upset. Administering mental status questionnaires. Searches for identity. By waned interviewer. He has a strong sense of self-esteem. The most commonly used questionnaires. He knows himself, his needs, problems and goals. This is known as self-actualization. Seeks to determine the presence and extent. Me has good self-control, balance, cessational emotionality, organic disease and of symptoms that could. He faces problems and tries to solve them intelligently. La, coping with stress and irritability. Indicate psychiatric disorder. Some personal. Our assessment of mental well-being is also made. Social dimension. Social well-being is quantity and quality of an individual's interpersonal ties and the extent of involvement with the community. It implies harmony and integration within the individual, between each individual and other members of society, and between individuals and the world in which they live. The social dimension of health includes the levels of social skills one possesses, ease, social functioning and the ability to see oneself as a member of a larger society. In general, social health takes into account that every individual is part of a family and of wider community and focuses on social and economic conditions and well-being of the whole person in the context of his social network. Spiritual dimension. Spiritual health refers to that part of the individual which reaches out and strives for meaning and purpose in life. It includes integrity, principles and ethics, the purpose in life, commitment to some higher being and belief in concepts. Emotional dimension. A person is emotionally healthy when he does not lose temper or does not develop tension and possesses self-control. Vocational dimension. An individual is healthy vocationally when he is capable of earning sufficiently to lead the life successfully. When work is fully adapted to human goals, capacities and limitations, work often play a role in promoting health, both physical and mental. Others. These include philosophical dimension, cultural dimension, socioeconomic dimension, environmental dimension, nutritional dimension, curative dimension, preventive dimension. Significance. Dimensions of health symbolize a huge range of factors besides medical which contribute to attain a level of health that will permit individuals to lead a socially and economically productive life. What is Human Development Index? Human Development Index, HD, is defined as a composite index combining indicators representing three dimensions, i.e., longevity, life expectancy at birth, knowledge, adult literacy rate and combined school enrollment ratio, and income, real GDP per capita and purchasing power parity in US dollars. The value of Human Development Index varies between 0 to x31 degree which allows international comparison. It was created by Amartya Sen, Indian economist and Nobel laureate, and Mahbub ul Haq, Pakistani economist, in 1990. Calculations. Reference ranges. To calculate the index, fixed minimum and maximum values have been established for each of the components. Calculation. The individual component index can be calculated using following general formula. Index equals actual value, minimum value, maximum value, minimum value. HDI is geometric mean of three dimensions. Indices equals L1/3, 113Y Macquarie 1/3X Ipocodon. Thus, Human Development Index of India can be calculated as follows. A life expectancy at birth. Actual value of India is 62.8 to 25. Life expectancy at birth equals 37.8 equals 0, 63, 85.25, 60b. Adult literacy rate, actual value of India is 53.5%. Adult literacy rate equals 53.5 to 0, 53.5 to 0.535, 100 minus 0, 100. C. Combined gross school enrollment ratio, actual value of India is 55%. Combined gross school enrollment ratio equals 550, 55, equals 0.55, 100 nil 100. D. Real GDP per capita, actual value of India is 1,670. Adjusted real GDP per capita would be real GDP per capita index equals log 1,670, log 100, equals 0.47, log 40,000, log 100. The Human Development Index is simple average of above three indices as follows. Human Development Index equals 0.63 plus 0.54 plus 0.47, 1.64, equals 0.546. Advantage. Human Development Index is a comprehensive indicator of development which does not only measure economic prosperity but other factors which are essential to maintain this economic prosperity. Thus the countries with same GDP differ in their HDI index. Significance. The Human Development Index reflects achievements in the most basic human capabilities, i.e., leading a long life, being knowledgeable and enjoying a decent standard of living. Human Development Index is used for international comparison of degree of development of a country, and countries are awarded ranking as per their HDI. India ranks 136 out of 186 countries, 2012 to 2013. Determinants of health. Health is multifactorial, and factors which influence health lie both within the individual and externally in the society in which he or she lives. Determinants of health. Biological determinants. The state of health of an individual depends partly on his genetic constitution. From the genetic standpoint, health may be defined as that state of the individual which is based upon the absence from the genetic constitution of such genes as correspond to characters that take the form of serious defect and derangement, and to the absence of any aberration in respect of the total amount of chromosome material in the karyotype, or stated in positive terms, from the presence in the genetic constitution of the genes that correspond to the normal characterization and to the presence of a normal karyotype. Medical genetics offers hope for prevention and treatment of a wide spectrum of diseases, thus the prospect of better medicine and longer, healthier life. It plays a particularly important role in genetic screening and gene therapy, behavioral and socio-cultural conditions. The term lifestyle, reflecting a whole range of social values, attitudes and activities, is composed of cultural and behavioral patterns and lifelong personal habits that have developed through processes of socialization. Lifestyles are learned through social interaction with parents, peer groups, friends and siblings, and through school and mass media. Health requires the promotion of healthy lifestyle. There is considerable evidence indicating an association between health and lifestyle of individuals. Many health problems, especially in the developed countries like coronary heart disease, obesity, lung cancer, drug addiction, are associated with lifestyle changes. In developing countries such as India, where traditional lifestyles still persist, risks of illness and death are connected with lack of sanitation, poor nutrition, personal hygiene, elementary human habits, customs and cultural patterns. However, it may be noted that not all lifestyle factors are harmful, and there are many that can actually promote health, like adequate nutrition, enough sleep, sufficient physical activity, etc. Thus, achievement of optimum health demands adoption of healthy lifestyles. Environment is classified as internal and external. Internal environment. The internal environment of man pertains to each and every component part, every tissue, organ and organ system, and their harmonious functioning within the system. It is the domain of internal medicine. The external or macro environment is defined as all that which is external to the individual human host and consists of those things to which man is exposed after conception. It can be divided into physical, biological and psychosocial components, any or all of which can affect the health of man and his susceptibility to illness. Environment has a direct impact on the physical, mental and social well-being of those living in it. The environmental factors range from housing, water supply, psychosocial stress and family structure through Social and economic support systems, to the organization of health and social welfare services in the community. If the environment is favorable to the individual, he can make full use of his physical and mental capabilities. Socioeconomic conditions. People's health status is also determined by their level of socioeconomic development, e.g., per capita GNP, educa. Nutrition, employment, housing, the political system of the country, etc. Components. Education, occupation, political system. The per capita GNP is a second major factor. The very state of being one hesith is also related to the country political. Most widely accepted. 1. Enhancing health. Improved in reductive work. I system because often the main obstacles to measure of general promotes health, because the implementation of health technologies are economic performance, especially female education. Unemployed usually show a not technical, but father political, decisions. Higher incidence of ill health. Concerning resource allocation, manpower policy, and death because for many, choice of technology and the degree to which loss of works may mean loss. Health services are made available and accessible. Of income and status causing to different segments of the society. For example, psychological and social, or the manner in which the political system can, 1 added, 9 laws on fate euros 7 am ops passane. Health services. The term health and family welfare services cover a wide spectrum of personal and community services for treatment of disease, prevention of illness and promotion of health. The purpose of health services is to improve the health status of population. To be effective, the health services must reach the social periphery, equitably distributed, accessible at a cost the country and community can afford and socially acceptable. Aging of the population. A major concern of rapid population aging is the increased prevalence of chronic diseases and disabilities, both being conditions that tend to accompany the aging process and deserve special attention. Gender. Action for promoting women's health should cover nutrition, reproductive health, the health consequences of violence, aging, lifestyle-related conditions and the occupational environment. Other factors. The development of information and communication offers tremendous opportunities in providing an easy and instant access to medical information once difficult to retrieve. It contributes to dissemination of information worldwide, serving the needs of many physicians, health profs, scientists, biomedical scientists and researchers, the mass media and the public. Other contributions to the health of population derive from systems outside the formal health care system, i.e., health-related systems e.g. food and agriculture, education, industry, social welfare, rural development, as well as adoption of policies in the economic and social fields that would assist in raising the standards of living. This would include employment opportunities, increased wages, prepaid medical programs and family support systems. Significance. In short, medicine is not the sole contributor to the health and well-being of population. The potential of intersectoral contributions to the health of communities is increasingly recognized. 10. Lifestyle as etiology of diseases. Lifestyle denotes the way people live, reflecting a whole range of social values, attitudes and activities. It is composed of cultural and behavioral patterns and lifelong personal habits that have developed through processes of socialization, i.e., learned through social interactions with parents, peer group, friends and siblings, and through school and mass media. Health requires promotion of healthy lifestyle. Many current-day health problems, especially in the developed countries, are associated with lifestyle changes, e.g., coronary heart disease, obesity, lung cancer, drug addiction, etc. In developing countries, lifestyle patterns such as lack of sanitation, poor nutrition, personal hygiene, elementary human habits, customs and cultural patterns are the risk factors for illness and death. But it must be noted that not all the lifestyle factors are harmful. There are some which actually promote health, e.g., adequate nutrition, enough sleep, sufficient physical activity, etc. In short, adoption of healthy lifestyle helps to achieve optimum health. Lifestyle factors promoting health. Lifestyle factors causing disease. Adequate nutrition, yoga exercises, meditation, enough sleep, etc., use of alcohol, drugs, tobacco.